Give thanks. I'm here in London in the sister space with very precious people, precious people in my life. This is Hailey. How many people have an African associate called Hailey? Oh my gosh. And here is the queen herself, Sister Ngozi. I was going to call her DanceMaster, but more than that. So we're having a conversation about the African experience in a European world. And one of the things that we are picking up on is the fact that we have to navigate so many things before we can have a near experience of those who are white and privileged. In particular, white females who are privileged. So we were just recounting experiences that we've had as we go about our lawful business, and we're confronted. And when we're confronted, we have to calculate in our own minds how we stay safe. So we have to have mastery over ourselves, almost leave our own physical being, manifest spiritually, give counsel to ourselves so that we remain calm and focused and analyze the situation as it's actually happening. And also be thinking about how we protect the other person so the other person doesn't lose their mind and call the police or report us for something.
It's not easy to go into a situation and speak to someone who doesn't look like you, doesn't have your heritage, and explain something like domestic abuse or domestic violence. Because even before you start the conversation, you have to first, second and third guess everything. You have to think about your presentation. Is this person going to feel threatened by your presentation, by how you look, by your hair, by what you wear, your culture, your language, and the tone of your voice?
And your animation, look. You're being animated right
Absolutely.
now. People feel threatened by your animation.
So you go in to maybe report domestic or sexual abuse or something else, and you have to take care of the person that you're going to report your circumstance to.
It doesn't make no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
And also, people who purport to be there to offer us support don't understand that we have to do all of that before we can communicate with them. And then we've got to explain to them what happened. I mean, it is an assault upon an assault upon an assault. Even as Hailey was explaining to us, sharing with us, a situation that a lot of African males face in this environment, where you just be walking on the street, minding your own business, and some uppity person in a uniform
or not
decides, to confront you, to almost ask you what you're doing on the road, and you must be up to no good. So many African males would have been confronted with police. Often it's a man, sometimes it's a woman, and sometimes they're worse. Confronted by somebody in uniform who has access to backup, challenging you when you haven't done a thing wrong. Attack you on the road and you haven't done a thing wrong. I don't know if you want to expand on that at all, Hailey.
I need to say, it's full of history. We look back at people, we look back at our kings and queens who have overcome so many challenges, and we look up to them at the time. However, that hasn't changed. It happens to all of us at some point. Maybe we feel like we're the only ones at the time. I know I, for one, I look forward. I train. I train regularly. I pray. I train the mind. I eat right. And so I look forward to such occasions where people try and create a role for me, because I also train to have mastery of myself. So I look forward when a situation is happening and then I'm leaving my body. My thing is to go to the next day, because I want to be able to meditate and be proud of my response. Even though I always feel, what could I have done better? I don't want to be ashamed of anything that I've done. There may be times where there will be life-threatening situations, and we're going to make the choice whether we're going to die or whether we're going to be the ones to live. That, without doubt, it will come. But I feel that when that time comes, my heart won't be heavy. I would have made the right choice. So it means we're always going to be in situations, it will come. So we have to be clear, we have to meditate on the way that we'll do in situations.
So that this is a situation that in every single thing we do, bar none, we have to have this whole thought process. From the moment we get up, even for ourselves, our children, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers, we have to concern ourselves about getting on the bus. The bus driver, for me, may say something. I have to consider my whole response, what's going to happen, the fact that the whole bus might draw. I mean, it sounds really, unless you live it, you may not understand it. But you really have to, on a daily basis, sometimes on an hourly basis, make a decision about which battle you're going to fight today. Because every day is a battle. If I want to do something simple, like go and report something that may have happened to me. If I was a DV survivor and I want to go to an organisation and say, this happened to me, I have to take time and make sure that the language I use is one that not only they understand, but they don't feel threatened by. Because I'm very aware that to many people, me as an African heritage woman, I'm not even there's nothing feminine about me. They see me almost as they see a man. So they don't view us as someone who needs, to be considered or protected or, like my white counterpart perhaps. These are the things that is a daily battle. Just one of thousands.
Yeah, so we just here sharing the realities of being melanin rich, actually. Melanin rich in a world that does not recognize our presence, our voice, our experience. So we have to legitimize our own experiences. And what I'm hearing is we have to do a lot of work before we can be considered worthy of getting support from an existing system. A message I'm going to take away from this particular conversation is the importance of staying alive to leave a legacy. We have to choose which battles we fight so that we can reflect on our actions when confronted with hostility, so we can be proud of ourselves and leave a legacy. Now, who else is going through that? Who else is going through that? Only we're going through it. So we are the experts on this. Don't tell us that you know about who we are and what we're experiencing, because you don't. The first thing you need to do is to learn how to listen. Give thanks.